CBS News is getting a first-hand look at the unfolding crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border. Many of those crossing are young children. CBS News has confirmed that last month, listen to this number, 7,300 unaccompanied migrant kids were transferred into a network of shelters run by the U.S. Refugee Agency. That's a record for the month of February. And Mireya Villarreal spent time with law enforcement witnessing the crisis firsthand and encountered children and adults who say they had no choice but to come to this country. This morning, she's at a detention center in Donna, Texas, with more on the story. Mireya, good morning to you.
Good morning, Gail. Right behind me is that temporary processing facility for migrants. But we wanted to understand the process that actually brings these families here once they cross into the United States. So we embedded with local constables that work alongside Border Patrol in the Mission area just west of where we are standing. Now, these guys don't have the authority to detain these migrants. So instead, they are pushing them towards these federal staging areas. They say this is all about the safety of these families. Hundreds of men, women, and children they are seeing every day that might otherwise die in the brush, especially as temperatures get hotter here on the border.
You have hundreds and hundreds of people coming across here on a daily basis, you know.
The banks of the Rio Grande River are where Sergeant Roger Rich and Deputy Ruben Salinas spend most of their nights working overtime.
This is one of the main crossing areas where they like to cross because it's very secluded out here.
Their job is to help Border Patrol respond to the surge of migrants illegally crossing into the United States.
I actually myself have found 5-year-olds by themselves in the brush, not a quarter mile from this location.
How does that sit with you?
That's pretty rough. You know, I have a 6-year-old and I wouldn't want him out here by himself. You know, it's heartbreaking.
Minutes later, that heartbreak right in front of us. 2 moms traveling with their boys. Yoseli left Honduras 4 months ago with her son Derek after she says someone there tried to kidnap her and extort her family for money.
She said now she decided to cross because she's heard that the law is different here in the United States. So she believes this is the right time for her to pass into the U.S.
She'll try to live with family in Florida while she works through the asylum process.
They didn't cross the river by themselves. They were brought across on a raft, either a boat or a raft.
And the dry clothes give that away.
Oh, yeah.
As the sun starts to set, we run into a group of unaccompanied teenage boys. Then, in the dark, Rich and Salinas find a large group filled with young children.
She's scared. She's scared of a lot of things.
The constables keep them on the main trail, pushing them towards a Border Patrol staging area about a mile away. At the end of the line, we walk with Walmir Esteban Rosales from Honduras.
And he says, dígame otra vez, ¿por qué no tiene miedo? Said God is watching over him. That's why he's not scared. So, he's 10, and he doesn't know where his dad is. His mom is in Honduras, and he has an aunt that he is going to try and stay with here in the United States. There's a family up there that's going to kind of watch over him.
Boy, Mireya, it's heartbreaking to see that in real time. Parents don't let their children come unless they are feeling extremely desperate. I saw that when I was at the border, too. Most people who are coming, they really are trying to escape terrible, terrible situations. And you have to feel that if you're going to let your children do. How old was that little boy that you just showed us, who's just walking off into the darkness alone? That's tough.
It was extremely tough. That little boy is 10 years old, and the level of desperation that you're seeing, not just from these children, but also from the moms, the parents, it's something that we've never experienced before. And on the flip side of that, working with a lot of these officers, you see this helplessness in their face as well. I mean, the best they can do with so many people coming through right now is push them towards a staging area, not knowing what's going to happen to them, to these kids especially. It is a very hard situation to deal with all the way around.
Yeah, and you know what I keep thinking? That as bad as that looks, they're coming here because they believe it's going to be so much better, and they're sending these kids into the unknown, not knowing how it's going to turn out. It's tough to see. Thank you, Mireya. Thank you.
And they're crossing where they're crossing because they're being turned away at legal ports of entry.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why the risk is being taken.
They're desperate, Tony.
They're desperate.